Everyone. Hi, everyone. The NFL season is back. We're ready to kick off the season with predictions. We're ready to kick off this season with excitement, with enthusiasm. And today we're going to go over my best week one predictions and also predictions for the rest of the season, MVP award, as well as who I think is going to win the Super Bowl, as well as some great value bets as well. So, week one, my best prediction for week one is Chiefs moneyline, Bengals moneyline parlay, which is at plus 110. The reason I think of this is so the parlay plus 110 I feel like is a very good bet to play here. Chiefs money line. Why Chiefs money line? Because Chiefs versus Ravens. Chiefs have won, I think, the majority of the matchup. They just match up really well with the Ravens. Also, Chiefs lost last year's Super Bowl home opener, and it's very rare for a team to lose back-to-back Super Bowl home openers. Since I think 2010, I think the majority of the time the team that has won the Super Bowl and is hosting the first game typically wins. And because the Chiefs lost last year, I feel like there's a heightened increased possibility that they are going to win this year. And it's a great value pick because I think they're only 2 point favorites. So with money line minus 150 is pretty good. Bengals money line, obviously not that it's only what minus 370. But if you parlay these together, it's plus 110, which is great value. And Bengals money line, I think, because the most the team that is favored the most typically wins in a given week. So I think last week the team that was favored the most amount of points by the most amount of points won every single week. And so that's sort of a given almost. So parlay plus 110, I think, is pretty good value. Season long predictions, I think either the Packers or the Jets win the Super Bowl. Packers because I feel like this is the culmination of Jordan Love, and they have pretty good defense, very good, very young offense, very strong foundation, strong core. And I think the Jets, because of Packers or Jets, that's like my prediction, Packers or the Jets win the Super Bowl. The Jets primarily because Aaron Rodgers is back. He has a top five probably defense in the league. I feel like their offensive line, they have done many improvements to shore up the offensive line with the draft and in free agency. Obviously, Breece Hall, obviously Garrett Wilson. They have a strong foundational offensive core. I think Rodgers' chemistry with Hackett's really going to pay off. His return to the field, his level of play, I think will elevate the team. Jets defense, we already know, obviously run defense, pass defense, probably the best secondary in the NFL, best linebackers, one of the best linebackers, one of the best D lines in the NFL. So I feel like Jets defense combined with Aaron Rodgers elevating the offense and his performance this season will be a pretty good year for the Jets as well. So I think that's my prediction. Packers or the Jets win the Super Bowl, which is currently the odds are pretty good for that, plus 1800 for both. NFL MVP predictions, Aaron Rodgers, just because this is the best defense he's ever had, and that actually helps the offense. Number two is if you actually look at like some of the trends, and Patrick Mahomes won the MVP in 2018. Then it was Lamar in 2019. Then it was Rodgers back to back. Then it was Rodgers back to back. Then it was Patrick Mahomes. Then it's Lamar. So if you just look at this trend, I feel like it's going to be Aaron Rodgers this season. And then there's also a trend where I think if he's ranked outside of the top 10 in the NFL top 100, then the following year he always wins MVP. That has happened like I think 3 or 4 times or something like that. So I think that's pretty strong. I feel like Garrett Wilson with Breece Hall with that improved offensive line is really going to help solidify his MVP case. And the Jets they're in a tough division, but they have a relatively easier schedule just because they finished third in the division last year, and so now they're playing slightly easier opponents. And one of the best value bets is to throw for 4,000 plus yards in the regular season. Aaron Rodgers actually plus 220. I could not believe I got this is actually at plus 220, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers coming back with a vengeance, with think he's back to form, back to shape, pretty healthy right now with a rejuvenated offensive line. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, think that offense, think he gets 4,000 yards pretty easily. And then to make the playoffs, Jets and the Packers, well, if you parlay those together, it's at plus 156. So these are my predictions. Obviously, the prediction that I'm very, very confident in is Chiefs money line, Bengals money line, parlay that with plus 110 odds. And then just sort of the long-term season predictions. I think Packers or the Jets win the Super Bowl. I think Packers and the Jets both have great years. And the odds are pretty good as well. NFL MVP prediction, Aaron Rodgers to throw for 4,000 plus yards in a regular season, Aaron Rodgers plus 220. I feel like that was a great value pick. And to make the playoffs, Jets and the Packers parlay that with plus 156. And it's the NFL's back. It's very exciting times, very fun times to be a fan of these teams, and it's incredible to watch the NFL. And these are my predictions. I'll do like a prediction, my best predictions video every single week, and so we'll give my thoughts on the state of the NFL and things like that. But for week one, Chiefs money line, Bengals money line, parlay, and I feel like Packers and Jets will have a pretty good season with one of them winning the Super Bowl. Well, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.